Well, I mean, so much, and everybody was dealing with the same thing. It was interesting, but everybody kind of responded to it in different ways. I think for us, like in seeing some initial forays into the kind of like people doing live streams and wanting to connect with their audience, I think the thing that we were interested in was how we could present it in a like the highest quality format as possible. So we all got some really good cameras, kind of set up like we were all working from home in our studios. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like, it's kind of the way we make music. It's like if somebody wants to listen to a record and have that full like vinyl experience, they can do it. If they're just streaming on their phone, they can do it. So like same thing with the live streaming show. We wanted to make like a really high quality thing for someone that wanted to hook up to their home stereo or like watch the show in headphones and be like, oh, this is like, it's like they're making a record, but we're live streaming it. You know what I mean? So that was really important to us. And I think again, like for us, it was just being able to connect with each other initially, you know what I mean? And then like when people started showing up every week to watch the show and really kind of tuning into it, it was great. I mean, that was our intent, but we just didn't know, you know what I mean? We were just trying to do something we thought was fun and cool. And we were trying all kinds of different stuff. I mean, we had like in the earlier shows, we were like reading Shakespeare and, doing all kinds of crazy shit. We had like, we always had like our bass player would come and make a cocktail in the middle of the show. Our drummer, who's a huge vinyl guy, would like pick a record every week to talk about. Yeah. Our keyboard player is a huge Grateful Dead fan. He would do like a Grateful Dead minute, talk about a show, pick a show every week. So it was just stuff that we would do when we're hanging out, you know what I mean? Yeah, and wanting to present that, and kind of like, so it's like, playing shows has always been a big part of it. So it was like, okay, well, how can we play a show when we're not in person? Like, how can we present stuff in an interesting way to people? And I think the takeaway that I found is that like, I do think there's going to be a part of this that's a part of like, live streaming, connecting with fans, Patreon. These are kind of outgrowths that were like really fueled quickly by the pandemic. And I do feel like it's going to be a part of everyone's operation going forward. You know what I mean? I think it really resonated with a lot of people, you know what I mean? So it's something that like we're continuing to kind of explore and work on as we go forward.
I mean, you kind of nailed like something that I've been thinking about is like working musicians, typically having to tour constantly and be on the road constantly. It's like and play in front of people and be on shows. But with the technology catching up and like live stream getting so much better, I feel like that's kind of shifted a little bit towards where you maybe don't have to tour as much or as constantly, but you can still kind of connect with your fans and like other people through the live stream, which is what you would normally do as a working musician.
Yeah, definitely. That would be nice. Always, being home is good. I think like, some bands like Fish have been doing, they call it like a couch tour. Oh, yeah. And they're like the best. They've been doing like multi-camera, super high def, killer sound quality shows for years and years. And it's the thing you start to realize, it's like at some point, most bands are probably going to have a little like a pretty good video rig and a pretty good audio rig. And they're going to probably start live streaming their shows, for like their fans that can't be in that town. It's like the next best thing. And like a lot of our fans told us is like, hey, we couldn't come see you guys live, but like we could sit in the living room on Tuesday night and watch a show. You know what I mean? Which is pretty awesome. It's pretty cool.